Some of Oklahoma's highest paid elected officials are part of a select group able to cash in on a provision in state pension law.
Often their annual retirement is bigger than their highest salary. It's not illegal, but 9 Investigates' Alex Cameron tells us one elected official is fighting to stop it.
There'll be people, like you said, that aren't happy with the fact that I bring this out.
But State Auditor Gary Jones feels taxpayers need to see how some elected officials are getting special treatment.
It's your tax dollars that basically are paying this.
In 1988, lawmakers approved a special provision for elected officials vested in the Oklahoma Public Employees Retirement System, OPERS, allowing them to roll non-elected service in with elected service. Former Auditor Clifton Scott was the poster child of this benefit. He was able to count 20 years of non-elected service like it was elected and retire from an $83,000 a year salary to a $157,000 pension.
So that is quite a nice little benefit.
But OPERS Executive Director Joe Fox says that benefit was hurting the system financially because elected officials like Scott, during their non-elected years, didn't pay enough into the system.
The trust fund, the pension fund, wasn't getting the contributions they should have been getting to pay those kind of benefits.
So in 2008, calling the law morally wrong and fiscally irresponsible, lawmakers ended the perk, but only for future elected officials.
Everybody before that was in the system was grandfathered in.
That means there are hundreds of elected officials who retired since 2008 and hundreds more who will retire in the future, still entitled to pensions far and above what they'd get if they were under the same rules as other OPERS workers. The OPERS pension pay list is now topped by 3 former DAs, Okmulgee's Tom Giulioli at $175,000, Woodward's Hollis Thorpe at $164,000, and Enid's Kathy Stocker at $161,000. And then there's Governor Fallon. She is also one of those grandfathered in.
We'd really like to speak with the governor today.
If she retires after this term, her pension will be $176,000, almost $30,000 more than she makes now. We made repeated requests for an interview. Instead, her office sent a statement which reads in part, once an employee begins working for the state, their pension benefits are constitutionally protected. That is why reforms dealing with state pension systems are geared towards future, not current employees. Still, legislation to remove the grandfather clause was set to be introduced this session, but the legislature's expert on pension law nixed it.
Why did that happen?
Well, we discussed it.
And Representative Randy McDaniel says while the 1988 law was bad, retroactively taking away the benefits it promised to people already in the system might bring legal action.
And when we looked at the actual cost savings versus the litigation risk, there was a real concern that was it worth it.
Gary Jones believes it is worth the risk.
If that benefit had not been given, that they didn't earn and they didn't pay for, our retirement system for public employees would be over 100% funded.
At last check, OPERS was 88% funded. For 9 Investigates, I'm Alex Cameron.